Welcome to this week's Tuesdays with Tim, the leader and founder of TM Jazz, Belmont Village Festival, and Clufs of Moher. Over the years, Tim's dedication to the arts and music scene has built an impressive network of fellow performers, artists, and like-minded individuals. Join Tim every Tuesday as he dives into brief yet engaging conversation and performance with the artistic visionaries and influencers he has had the chance to collaborate with throughout the years. Without further ado, here's Tim Moher.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Tuesday with Tim, and I have a special guest today, someone that is in the Clufs of Moher. I've known him for a few years with not only Clufs of Moher, but also the big band that we're in. And his name is Greg Pryor, and we're going to meet Greg right now and have a chat. Greg, welcome. How are you doing?
Tim. Good. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Really good, really good. As I mentioned to you just before, I just finished a ride, so I'm happy. It
Good
feels
to get
great.
out. I know it was a long winter being stuck inside, so anything to get out. I'm walking my dog like 5 times a day. It's crazy.
The dog's going like, what's going on?
He's gonna have a hard reality when I go back to work, man.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us a little bit about your life. You're a Calgary born.
Yeah. I mean, originally I'm from out west. I was born in Calgary. I moved all over the place as a kid.
Yeah.
I was in oil and gas, so we just went to where the job was, right? Got to spend 3 years in England as a kid, which was great. But I ended up back in Calgary finished high school there. But let's see, 15 years ago, made the move to Ontario. So it was 2000.
And how did that come about again? You found a job here, right?
Yeah, well, I was a giggy musician in Calgary, but I had a day gig with a company called St. John's Music, and my parents were originally from Sarnia, so I had lots of cousins here. And there was a job that came opening at Waterloo Music, and it was to manage the store, which unfortunately is no longer around, but came out in 2006 as a transfer to manage that store. And 15 years later, here I am still.
And that was right in Kitchener, right? Is it that St. John's?
Yeah, well, the store originally was the Waterloo Music in Uptown Waterloo.
Okay, yeah.
St. John's Music had acquired it, and then they moved locations into Kitchener, and then unfortunately, like I said, the store is no longer there. But all good, just keep moving on.
Yeah, and now I know pre-COVID anyway, you found a new job and you ended up doing a heck of a lot of travel around Ontario for that.
Yeah, I'm still with that job. Yeah, my day gig is with a company called Coast Music, and they're a music distribution company. So basically, I travel throughout Western Ontario and visit dealers and let them see if they need anything from reeds to tubas to basses, you name it. So doing an outside sales rep in the music industry, it's great. And then getting as much playing and gigging in and playing with some more.
Yeah, I'm not all that familiar with it, but you've attended a conference down in California, wasn't it? It's called NAMM or something?
Yeah, every year. It wasn't this year. Unfortunately, it got canceled this year because of COVID. So, but it's called NAMM, and it's I would say the biggest. There's a few big ones. There's NAMM, which is down in Anaheim every year. There's one in Frankfurt, which isn't as big anymore. And there's another one that happens in Shanghai. But the NAMM show, usually I go down there every year. And if any musicians out there have been to the NAMM show, they know what I'm talking about. It's just a massive music conference, exposition, trade fair. It's pretty intense. Yeah.
If you're a musician and you go to one of those places, you could probably come away broke. Like it's worse than a gig.
It's brutal, And if you're a gearhead, you're like, no, I don't need the latest thing. I'm good. I don't need this new pedal. So.
The way I became familiar with it, I went to a sax conference down in Tennessee, and there's this guy there, and we're on Facebook together, and he's a genius on the sax. He's just incredible chops. He was like, when he was down there, he was 15, 16, and he was attending NAM, and he was like playing right in the aisle, like, just
Yeah.
it's, and I guess there's a lot of that happens, at jams.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the booths, you'll go walking on the trade floor, and they'll have guest appearances. So you'll be walking along, and I mean, as a bass player, I'll be going by the Harkey booth, and there's Victor Wooten, or going by the Steinberg booth and seeing Tony Levin playing. It's amazing.
It was Victor Wooten's camp where I met that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Tennessee one.
You went to that?
Yeah,
oh,
but
wow.
it's a 1 week. I drove down on my own, and there were other Canadians there. In fact, I forget his name, but he's from Calgary as well, a sax player.
Okay.
There is Carrie from Toronto. She was down there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Like all the people that attended that, we're still friends on Facebook. We get to see what each one are doing all over, literally the world. There's a guy from Australia that attended the camp. Oh, so much fun. Really good.
Everybody's so relaxed. Hey, it's amazing. I was lucky a couple of years ago to a show with Marcus Miller, and Victor Wooten was in attendance, and everybody's just great. Marcus Miller's like inviting all sorts of people. It doesn't matter what level you are. Just come on, let's go play.
What makes Victor Wooten Victor Wooten? I'd like to know what he has for cereal. It's just
it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway,
so,
let's talk about our life.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome.
It is.
KW Big Band Theory, Clefs of Moher, but your main, I think, home is the Phoenix Jazz Ensemble. Is that correct or not?
Well, Phoenix Jazz Group, yeah. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, as a bass player, first of all, I got to say I'm really fortunate because over my career, man, the opportunities to play with so many people comes up as a side guy, right?
Yeah.
But luckily, I guess about 3 years ago, I was contacted by the Phoenix Jazz Group, and they were looking for a new bass player. And so I joined that group, and it is definitely one of the main staple groups that I play with now. All original music. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of great stuff.
You guys sound great. I heard a couple of you did a video in studio. Andy Clay on sax.
That's right.
John McClellan, and who else is in there with you?
John Goddard is on drums. Andy right now, we're taking a break. Andy's not with us. We're kind of working as a trio with the two Johns, John Goddard and John McClellan. And there's actually a guitar player that's recorded and played with us. He's back in Newfoundland because he was in Toronto, and all the jobs are done in Toronto right now. So, but his name's Scott Neary, and a great guitar player, Scott's as well. So we've done a few recordings, and that one video shoot was in the studio recording I think it was the last album we did, which is a couple years old now.
So you have a bass tune that you're going to play for us that you actually pre-recorded with the band, but you manipulated. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, there's a tune that I wrote called Queen Bee, and we played it live at the Jazz Room. So another thing that's great about being here in Waterloo, I got to say, is the Jazz Room. I mean, it's such a great opportunity for how many times have we played there, Tim, together?
Yeah, the best one in Canada. Yeah. We're so lucky and are right here.
Incredible. So, and the sound guy there, Jeremy, if you give him a little thumbstick, he works his magic and he records the night for you, right? So I took that thumb drive and I plugged it into my software and basically edited it, did the recording. But what I did for this video is I just took out the bass basically and edited a little bit here so I could just play along with it as a background track. But it is John McClellan and John Goddard in the background playing, and then I played over top of it on video. And first time to do the video thing, and we'll see. I think it worked out okay.
Yeah. No. Okay, well, what we do, Greg, is we'll play it through, and that'll be it. So if you have anything else, any final words. I'm
You
trying
know,
to get them out myself.
here's my final words is being, 15 years, I say a new Waterlooian, but now that I've been here with 15 years, the only thing I would say is when I moved here and I looked at the proximity of Toronto for water, I thought, oh yeah, great. We can go into Toronto all the time.
Yeah.
Don't need to. What's
Not
amazed
awesome.
me in the 15 years is just the amount of talent
Yeah.
in Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, the opportunity. I mean, I think you've had Rob Geltner on the program, and I've worked with Rob, the big band,
Yeah.
Phoenix Jazz, you.
Yeah.
The
The
only thing
reality,
I guess, yeah,
I was just going to say with Bestival, I could easily go 5+ years having different performers and really top-notch performers and
yeah,
never repeat.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah,
So much.
it's amazing. So my point in all of this is we're stuck at home, all of us, doing our due diligence, getting our vaccines and getting ready to go out there again. But when we get back to live music, a lot of talent in the area. So support the local musicians and
Yeah,
talent. There's lots of people to hear.
absolutely. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And this is Queen Bee. Is
Sounds
this, you
great.
said, an original?
This is an original tune that I wrote.
Perfect.
Queen Bee actually happens to be my mom.
Ah, beauty. Nice way to finish. Okay, here we go, Queen Bee.